got this on and I've got that on. I'm not sure which one's actually working. I think I'm the first ever Detroit-based micro media mogul. And you're free to do research and tell me that I'm wrong. Model D operates 19 similar style publications in a network of really small media across a national scale. Rishi, in the spirit of ambition, my wife, I think that's incredibly ambitious. My wife thinks that's incredibly unambitious. So I'm ambitious and not ambitious and really kind of obsessed with small. First, I want to thank all of you for taking the time to come out and really welcome Detroit and some of the interesting, really small stories happening in Detroit that I think are going to have a big impact in moving that city forward. It's great to be here. Secondly, you've heard the notion of herding cats. The coordination that went behind getting these people together and organizing the stories is like herding kind of small water droplets. And Claire, if you could stand up, I'd really love people to take a minute to recognize you. Secondly, I don't have a prop. I'd like Rishi Jaitley to come up and have a seat. He will be my prop. Josh McManus, you will not be my prop. But Josh introduced me 8 months ago to this notion, as Josh, as an outsider, came into Detroit, introduced me to language around, the next big thing for Detroit is a million little things. And I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. Every story you heard tonight was an individual that saw an opportunity to make a difference in Detroit, that did something that had impact in the city, that has a small effect in moving that city forward. Anyone that has the silver bullet to fix Detroit, please give it to me. I've been digging around trying to find it for years. I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist. So if you believe the next big thing for Detroit is a million little things, my question to my friend Rishi 8 months ago was, how do you start to understand all of the little things and the impact of those little things? I also realize when you talk about little things going on in Detroit, the impact of projects in Detroit are almost exclusively tied to a remarkable person that saw the opportunity to make the project happen. So I want to spend 2 minutes introducing you to a concept that's going to launch in the Detroit area in the next 2 months. It is going to be called the Urban Innovation Exchange. Please write that down. It is a 3-year, night-funded, unprecedented look at trying to understand the small things in Detroit and the impact of social innovators that are moving the city forward. There's 3 elements to the program that I think are relatively interesting and certainly part of today's discussion. One, we're in the process of aggregating as much data as we possibly can around small-scale projects in Detroit. We are partnering with Data Driven Detroit to aggregate and input all of that into the system. They do some magic, and hopefully we start to learn some more about what's going on with small-scale projects. Secondly, we're going to collaborate with a network of writers, reporters, and media partners to start to tell the story of the remarkable people that are changing impact and having impact. So there'll be a high volume of stories about amazing social innovators in an effort to inspire people to do more and get people to understand how things actually happen in the city. Secondly, we've formed a really amazing first-of-a-kind media collaborative with Model D, Detroit Free Press, WDET, Huffington Post, and kind of the big traditional side, combined with smaller media, including Detroit Big F Deal and my man Tunde Way, Detroit Lives, Thrive Detroit. So there's going to be a combination of large media, small media that have all agreed to aggregate from these stories and tell them in an effort to get them out to scale. And thirdly, we're going to have a number of engagement-related activities to start to build community with these social innovators and create a real value-driven learning network so people can share ideas, let people know what's working, and start to get more people in the game engaged in understanding how it all works, with an ultimate effort of accelerating more people getting in the game and more positive impact projects that are going to drive the city forward. So you're going to be hearing more about the Urban Innovation Exchange. Please write it down. Tweet about it, post it, Facebook. Be interested to see what happens because there's really nowhere for people to go. There will be a site that launches in the next 60 days. Kind of in closing, I think there's one theme here that I hope everyone realizes. It is really easy to sit back and watch the media tell the story, watch the movies. There's so many documentary films of Detroit, and it's amazing to sit there and watch them, and it's easy to sit there and watch them. Getting in the game is a hell of a lot more interesting and exciting. Rishi talks about this notion of flat Detroit, And when you look about the barriers to entry, one, Detroit needs so much. There's so much to do. Secondly, it's incredibly cheap to do it. And thirdly, when you start to put new technologies and new technology platforms and social media platforms as a way to get work to scale, all of a sudden everything becomes easier. There is no reason to not get in the game and do something in the city of Detroit right now. So I hope you leave with that thought. I hope you're inspired about some of the amazing people in this room that are doing amazing things to move an amazing city forward. And thank you one more time for coming out.